Here he is, as he joins us every Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
And he got us new chairs.
He did get us new chairs. Jordan, I can't thank you enough for getting us the new chairs.
Hey, sometimes you just have to ask.
Wow.
Well,
no.
The right person has to ask.
Yeah. Can I tell you, it matters who is asking for the chairs. I can confirm that.
Fair enough. How's your day going?
We're all right. How are you? How's the day off so far? Hate to interrupt it.
It's going great. Going great. Just putting out fires.
You've already been putting out fires.
Putting out more fires.
So I would love to ask you a little bit further about something we talked about on the show last night. In you mentioning that you guys are breaking the huddle late and not getting to the line quick enough, which is not giving you enough time to get the calls off at the line of scrimmage. Can you give a little more context as to what is happening slowly, whether it's getting, back to the huddle, whether it's the calls coming in, and then what the sort of optimal when you line up, what you want to see on the play clock in terms of timing when you want to line up, just to give, I think, people more context as to what you're seeing and feeling and what the optimal version of that is.
I don't think there is a right answer for that. Ike knows this. It's more of a feel thing. So when you get the play in the huddle, those are stuff that we can speed up, right? Ideally, you want to break the huddle, 24 seconds, 24 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You don't really break it. And we're a little bit under that, and we need to be better at that. We need to have some more urgency on that. So that's what I mean by just saying that. Some plays we're on the ball. We break the huddle. Well, there is no huddle because we're on the ball, or no huddle offense. And it's all just about identifying what we see, getting to the play call, and just executing it. Now, I think it's hard or a little bit unrealistic to kind of get more detailed into it just because the ebbs and flow of the game. Mm-hmm. You just kind of reacting off whatever defense we're getting and mm-hmm. whatever play call we're getting in. So, yeah, that's all I got for you.
So,
I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's okay. So I suppose that is some of, when you guys were sort of in hurry up against the Rams in the second half, some of the advantage of that is that there is more time at the line to diagnose what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like common knowledge. I don't know. Is that basic?
Yeah, that makes common sense. Is what you're really saying.
Common knowledge for you.
Yeah, well.
That's why you're on the show.
Do you watch the games?
I do watch the games, but I'm not in the games.
And Ike played, it was a different game. They wore neck rolls back then.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Huge shoulder pads. You should see them.
Unnecessary shots at me.
Well,
it's every guy. Yeah. Ike knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Basically, what you're saying, Spike, is that the league was easier back then. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Much more simple, for sure.
Yeah. That is Jack, by the way.
A lot of I formations.
Yeah,
it was kind of simple.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a dose of what the media does here in Philly. So.
Oh,
interesting.
What is that? What is that?
I like that. Let that spin a Rooney right there. Anyway, let's continue with the questions.
Yeah, it's all the media's fault, always. So you're 4 games into the Kevin Patullo era as an offensive coordinator. How different would you say the offense is that you're running this year from last year, and how far along do you think you are in sort of perfecting is the wrong word, but being in a rhythm as to what you are trying to do? So I guess first question, how different is it? And then how far along do you think you are in having a good feel of how you do what you want to do and how well you're doing it?
I think it's hard to compare this year and last year because we haven't been consistent up front. In all honesty, the consistency isn't there, and so I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your I'm not going to say that either.
But
the tush push.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and everyone who's listening. We just haven't been consistent up front, so I can't give a fair measurement or comparison on how we were last year to this year. All I know is that we haven't been consistent. That is one of our biggest areas right now that we need to work on, especially myself and the offensive line. But I'm not going to sit here and compare the offense because I think we're doing KP an injustice by not executing up front and not being consistent. I think that's just honestly what I think. So, yeah, sorry, mate.
when you and I kind of can expect where your answer may go here, but I just wanted to ask you about Saquon in general, and all the touches he had last year and coming back this year, and wondering whether or not is he the same back. Do you get the sense that Saquon is the same great back that we all watched him play last year?
100%.
Yeah.
He's even hungrier now to even, be better than last year. The hunger and drive I see every day is like increased tenfold. Like there's been no drop off for his mentality and the way he approaches the game. The only drop off that I see is just our consistency up front and executing on the detail and technique. That's it. That's the same answer every week, and it's the same answer that you're going to get because it's the same question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The explosive runs that I guess we became so accustomed to watching Saquon have last year hasn't really broke those off. I'm wondering how much does what the defenses are doing as far as having extra guys back there is preventing those big 20-yard, 25, 30-yard runs that we watched Saquon have last year.
Yeah, I think we do a great job of designing the scheme. We know we're going to get, they're going to load the box, seven-man box, eight-man box. We know that's what we're going to do. That's what they're going to do to us. So I think that we've done a great job at scheming runs to that, if that scenario were to happen in game. Where we failed is executing. And that's where every week I come back on the show and I say, we're one block away. You turn the film on, that's the case because we have a hat for a hat. And all it takes is the one guy to make an error or, not execute as well. And that's happened on my part too. That's part of my game that I have to work on and be better at for Saquon so we can spring those long runs and make those make everyone see the great run game that we had last year. So yeah.
You've mentioned the execution, and you said it. That has not been up to par every week, and I don't doubt it. When you say that every week, it's not that we think that you're lying. I absolutely no. I take that for what it's worth. You're a straightforward guy. I guess the question would be the personnel is the same aside from Mackay to Tyler, with the same coach. Why do you think the execution from your standpoint, from the offensive line standpoint, has not been as good as you're used to or you expect?
It's a great question. I think it's got, for me at least, when I watch film, I'm not going to speak on, the difference between Mackay and Tyler. I'm just not going to do that. I think for me, at least, the difference is just the focus. Your lapse in judgment, like a split-second decision, is the difference between a plus and a minus in the NFL. And so, if we're not focused for the whole amount, that leads to errors. I think one of my favorite sayings that's on the wall is victory favors the team that makes the least mistakes. And thank God our defense is, playing their socks off right now, man. They're keeping us in games, and so is our special teams. And, I think moving forward, we've got to do a better job at, again, just handling and dominating our box on offense.
You guys play the Broncos on Sunday. They played last night. You said you were going to watch. I was wondering if you had any takeaways from watching them. Vic Fangio compared Baker to Bo Nix. That was one thing that we saw.
No, yeah.
From your perspective, from a defensive perspective, was there anything you saw with the Broncos that you filed away in the back of your brain for Sunday?
Did I say I was going to watch the game?
You did. You lie? You said. That's what you told us. I have the tape.
He left Chickies and changed his mind.
Too, but I ended up.
Well, I didn't watch that thing. I don't want to watch the Bengals. Yeah.
I caught maybe 2 minutes of that game.
Okay.
Got sent off, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna attack it on Wednesday.
I guess one last question for me on the game last night. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was a pretty terrible injury with Tyreek Hill. And, you don't see these every week in the NFL, but pretty often there are, injuries that you almost have to turn away from. Is that ever in your mind when you're playing? It's such a violent sport, and there are so many injuries that are like that. Does it ever cross your mind when you're playing in the game?
No, it doesn't. Like I said, injuries are a part of the game, and it's something that is very unfortunate. It is for me, and playing offensive line and how technical it is. All I'm thinking about is how I can execute my job, and my technique. And so, honestly, when I'm out on the hash, like in between those hashes, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the play, thinking about the cadence, I'm thinking about the call, and then I'm thinking about my technique. And that's pretty much, I just do that over and over and over again until the game's done. And then, kind of look at myself in the mirror. Did I give everything I had to this team, to the city, to the fans? That is what I think about truthfully every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine you'd have to, or it would, you play, I guess, scared of getting hurt. That probably makes it more likely that it even happens. Well, 4-0, go in for 5-0, 1 o'clock against the Broncos. Good luck, and we will talk to you next week. And thank you for spending 12 minutes of your off day with us.
There you go.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Appreciate you guys, man. As always.
All right,
All right,
thanks,
brother.
Jordan.